So this is the second article from the topic, that is stationary waves. And today we are going to deal with the analytical treatment of the stationary waves, where we consider the open-end pipe, the string not fixed at the other end or free at the other end. Okay. Initially, before this article, we have studied the analytical treatment of the stationary waves, where we considered the closed end pipe. Okay, that means the pipe which is closed at the other end, or if it is a string, then string is fixed at the other end by attaching some weight or the pulley. Okay, now let us see how this analytical treatment is made. Okay. So uh, we know that the displacement of the particle performing SHM is written as y equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda into Vt minus x. Important to note that in this case, the wave is propagating along the x direction while the particle of the medium is performing its displacement, that means vibrating perpendicular to the direction of propagation, that means along y-axis. So displacement is represented as y, and the measured uh, distance measured in the direction of propagation or opposite to direction of propagation, that is measured as in terms of or along x-axis. Okay. Now important one is here it is a negative sign, and this negative sign clearly indicates that the distance x is measured from the origin in the direction of propagation of the wave. Okay. Now here you look at the figure and you will find that this wave solid wave is the wave that has been originated from point A. That is what we call as the incident wave in this figure. Okay. Now if we are measuring the distance of point P, not from point A from which the wave has started, but from the point O, that means in the direction opposite to the direction of progression of the wave. So wave has started from A, incident wave has started from A and moving in this direction. So in the positive x direction, While if we are measuring the distance of point P exactly in the opposite direction, then what we have to do? We have to simply change the sign of the x in the equation or in the expression of the displacement of the particle at point P. So in this way, the displacement of the particle due to the incident wave at point P, where distance is measured from the interface O, interface xy, interface x on the from the origin of interface xy, then the expression will be y1 equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda into Vt plus x. So this we consider as an incident wave. Now what about the reflected wave? Now, in this case, the wave reflected does not suffer any phase change. Okay, this is the important thing. In the previous case, in case of the closed end, we have seen that the reflected wave suffers a phase change of phi, and therefore the sign of this y2 has been changed. But in this case, there is no phase change. Okay, there is no phase change, so no change of sign here. So sign remains same. But important thing is that in case of reflected wave, okay, so this is the incident wave. Okay, it reaches to XY interface, which is the open end, and from which it gets reflected back as it is indicated by the dotted line. Okay, as it is indicated by the dotted curve. Okay, so what is the direction of propagation of this dotted line? From O to A. And if you are measuring the distance of point P from O, okay, that means you are measuring the distance of point P in the same direction, that is direction of propagation of the wave. So therefore, sign of x in this equation will be negative. So that is the important thing. Okay, so expression for the reflected wave in this way will be a sine 2 pi by lambda into Vt minus x. Okay, so sign of displacement, 2 points we have to remember here. The sign of displacement has not changed since there is no phase change. Okay, so sign is positive, which is not changed, which is same as the incident wave in the expression equation 2. And but important is that Here again the sign is negative, and sign is negative because distance x is measured in the direction of propagation of the reflected wave. Okay, so in this way equation 2, y1 equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda vt plus x is the incident wave, and equation 3, y2 equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda into vt minus x, equation 3. These two equations will represent incident wave and reflected wave displacement at the particle point of the particle at point P due to incident and reflected wave. Important is that both the waves have wavelength lambda, that means same period and frequency, and amplitude is also same, that is a, but they are traveling in the opposite direction with the same velocity v as shown here. Okay, so this is the wave, okay, where we are measuring distance from point o of the point p. It is equal to solid wave is incident wave, and it is equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda vt plus x, and the reflected wave is a sine 2 pi by lambda into vt minus x. So these two waves having similar waves, that means having same period and frequency and amplitude, traveling in the opposite direction, gives rise to stationary wave pattern, that is as shown in this figure. Okay, so important is that superposition of these two waves, that means we have to add. So displacement due to superposition will be simply we have to add equation 2 and equation 3. That means y equal to y1 plus y2 will be the displacement of the resultant wave. And in this way, if we add these two, we can take a common, and in bracket we will have two sign functions where it is positive sign, here it is negative sign. Okay, so we can consider it as sine a plus b while it has sine a minus b. That has been solved here. So sine a plus b is equal to sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. And what is sine a minus b? Sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So in this case, cos a sine b will cancel out. We have 2 sine a cos b. Now what is a in this case? It is 2 pi by lambda into vt. That means 2 pi vt by lambda is the a. So 2 into sine 2 pi vt by lambda sine a into cos b, that means sine 2 pi x by lambda sine 2 pi. So in this case it is what? Cos b, so cos 2 pi x by lambda. So expression will be 2. So we will consider this, we will get to this positional function to first one. Okay, so we have 2 cos 2 pi x by lambda sine 2 pi vt by lambda. Why we made this rearrangement? Because 2a cos 2 pi x by lambda, it is related with the position and it represents the amplitude of the, okay, it represents amplitude of the resultant wave, resultant stationary wave. Okay, while the sine term is related with the time or related with the period. So amplitude is a equal to 2a cos 2 pi x by lambda. Amplitude of the component wave, sorry, amplitude of the wave has been changed and it varies sinusoidally since there is a cosine function. Now, if we differentiate equation 4 with respect to x, we will find the slope of the wave or strain at any point in the medium due to stationary wave. And what is it? Okay, so differentiation of y with respect to x. So here it is no x, so simply x is here. So this remains constant. So 2a 2a sine 2 pi vt as it is, and only this thing will be changed. Differentiation of cosine function is minus sign, so it is minus sine 2 pi x by lambda and multiplied by coefficient of the x, that is 2 pi by lambda. Okay, so that is out of bracket. So after solving this, you will find that minus 4 pi a by lambda sine 2 pi x by lambda sine 2 pi vt by lambda. Let us call it as equation 5, and it represents the strain produced at any point in the medium due to the stationary wave pattern. Now, differentiating the same equation, that is equation 4 with respect to time, equation 4 represent resultant displacement, and if we differentiate the displacement with respect to time, that means we get resultant velocity, velocity of the particle, and that will be simply equal to, so here differentiation with respect to t, that means this cos 2 pi x by lambda 2a into cos 2 pi x by lambda remains invariant, so only this will change. Differentiation of sine is cos, so it will be like this 2a cos 2 pi x by lambda, so cos 2 pi vt by lambda, and multiplied by the, what you say, coefficient of 2 pi vt by lambda, sorry, coefficient of t, that is 2 pi v by lambda here. So in this way we have 4 pi av by lambda cos 2 pi x by lambda cos 2 pi vt by lambda. So dy by dt, that means velocity. Okay, and let us call it as equation 6. Okay, now as usual, that is what we have done in the previous article. So we will examine now the changes with respect to position and changes with respect to time. Now, how displacement, velocity, and strain changes with respect to position x and changes with respect to time t. Okay, as we know, we have two functions in this case related with position x. So, what are those? Sine 2 pi x by lambda and cos 2 pi x by lambda. Let us consider sine 2 pi x by lambda as equal to 0 because the two extremities are either 0 or plus 1 or minus 1. So if we consider sine function as 0, then the cosine function of the same angle, that will be equal to plus or minus 1. Okay, so if somebody has made is unmute, please mute. Okay, so in this way sine 2 pi x by lambda is considered, if you consider is equal to 0, then cosine 2 pi x by lambda, that will be equal to plus or minus 1. So this we know very well. Okay, so from equation 4 and equation 6, so in equation 6 we have cos 2 pi x by lambda, so plus or minus 1, so this will be maximum, so velocity is maximum. And what about the equation 4? So here again it is a cosine function, so it will be plus or. So displacement as well as the velocity are at its maximum. Now what about the strain? Strain, that is dy by dx. Since sine function is 0 and cosine is plus or minus 1, so here it is sine function, so strain will be 0. And when strain is 0, what are these points represents? The strain is 0, that means strain is 0 and displacement is maximum, that means these are the antinodes. Okay, and we have to find the positions of these antinodes. Now how we will find the position of the antinodes? Simply from this equation, that is sine 2 pi x by lambda equal to 0, we can find the value of 2 pi x by lambda. Now if sine 2 pi x by lambda is 0, what will be 2 pi x by lambda? It will be, if it will be multiples of integral multiples of pi, that means 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, etc., etc. Okay, in general we can write 2 pi x by lambda equal to m pi. Okay, where m equal to an integer which can take the values 0, 1, 2, etc., etc. Okay, now if it is the situation, the pi cancel out and we can find the value of x as equal to m lambda by 2, where m equal to 0, 1, 2, and so on. So in this way we have find the positions as m into lambda by 2, where m is an integer. Now what will be the first position? If we put m equal to 0, we get the first position, that is 0. And this first position is at the xy interface, here it is. Okay, and that means it is clear that at this interface, okay, at the xy interface we have, okay, here it is. Okay, at the xy interface we have an antinode. Okay, at the xy interface we have the position of the antinode. So another thing is that if we put the values, next antinode will be at lambda by 2, the next antinode will be, so next antinode will be at lambda by 2, next will be at lambda 3 lambda by 2, 2 lambda by 2. So these will be the consecutive positions of antinodes. Okay, and thus there is an antinode at the open end. So this one thing is clear. Another point is that if we are checking the distance between the two consecutive antinodes, it will be lambda by 2 minus 0, simply lambda by 2, lambda minus lambda by 2, simply lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2 minus lambda, it will be simply lambda by 2. That means antinodes are separated from each other by the distance of lambda by 2. Now, let us see the another change with respect to position, and that can be obtained if we put not sine function but cosine function of position with respect to 0. So if we put cos 2 pi x by lambda equal to 0, that is sine 2 pi x by lambda equal to plus or minus 1, we get the positions. Important one is that since cosine function is 0, from equation 4 and 6, here it is equation 4, so cosine function is 0, that means displacement is 0. Okay, and here it is cosine function is 0, that means velocity is 0. Now displacement and velocity is 0. And what about the strain here? Since sine function is maximum, so strain is maximum. And if strain is maximum, so in this way strain is maximum, that means these are the points which represents nodes, and these are the positions which belongs to nodes, and this position can be obtained by simply solving this equation for 2 pi x by lambda. So cos 2 pi x by lambda equal to 0. That means what about the cos? That is odd multiple, that is odd multiple of lambda by 2. That will be odd multiple of lambda, odd multiple of pi by 2. So that will be equal to, so in this way, odd multiple, how it will be obtained? So multiply integer with 2 and add 1. So 2 pi x by lambda, it is 2m plus 1 into pi by 2, where m equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. etc. Now it will be 2m plus 1 into lambda by 4. So in this way, the first position will be what? If we put m equal to 0, so it will be lambda by 4. So first node will be at the distance of lambda by 4 from the interface. While at the interface there is antinode, and first node is at the distance of lambda by 4 from the antinode. Okay, and the next one will be at 3 lambda by 4. Next and third one will be at 5 lambda by 4. So in this way we get the consecutive positions of the nodes. Okay, and what will be the distance between any two consecutive nodes? That we can obtain 3 lambda by 4 minus lambda by 4, that will be lambda by 2. 5 lambda by 4 minus 3 lambda, that will be lambda by 2. So distance between again any two consecutive nodes is equal to lambda by 2. Thus, nodes are separated by a distance of lambda by 2. And what will be the separation between a node and consecutive antinode? Of course, that will be lambda by 4, as we have seen. Okay. So this is about the positions of nodes and antinodes. Now, if we are looking at the changes with respect to time t, we will find the two stationary events. Okay, and that will be obtained simply by putting sine function as equal to 0 or cosine function as equal to 0. Okay, let us take as a first case, we consider the times for which sine function is equal to 0. That means sine 2 pi vt by lambda equal to 0. That is cos 2 pi vt by lambda equal to plus or minus 1. Now here little substitution. We have the relation between velocity, frequency and wavelength at v equal to n lambda, and n is equal to, frequency is equal to reciprocal of periodic time. So we can put n as equal to 1 by 2, 1 by t. So v equal to lambda by t. And what is lambda? Lambda equal to vt, where t is period of the, well, if we put lambda equal to vt here, the vt cancels out. V cancels out, and we have 2 pi t by capital T. And in this way, we have sine 2 pi vt by lambda as sine 2 pi t by capital T, which we consider here as a first case equal to 0. And when sine function is 0, okay. Okay, now by putting the values of sine 2 pi vt by lambda equal to 0, from equation 4 and 5, we find that displacement and strain both are 0. But what about from equation 6? Velocity is maximum. And for a particle performing SHM, when its velocity is maximum, when it is passing through its mean position. Remember very well. That means all particles, since velocity is maximum, that means particles are passing through their mean positions or normal positions, and they are stationary for an instant. Okay, with their maximum velocities, they are stationary for an instant. So this is a stationary instant, and the stationary instant can be found if we equate sine 2 pi t by capital T as equal to 0, and when the sine function is 0, when the angle is equal to 0 or pi or 2 pi, that means integral multiple of pi. And if we solve this, it will be simply uh, m into capital pi. Okay, so Balaji has raised a hand. You can ask me the question at the end of the okay session. Okay, so 2 pi t by capital T equal to m pi, where m equal to 0, 1, 2, and so on. So what is t? It will be m into capital T by 2. Pi gets cancelled, and where m equal to 0, 1, 2, and so on. In this way, the stationary events where the particle is passing through their mean positions with maximum velocity are 0, t by 2, t, 3t by 2, 2t, etc. etc. And important one is that when you are going from 0 to capital T, there are two such instants, that is at 0 and t by 2. That means the stationary instants where the particles are passing through their mean positions with maximum velocity that occur or appear twice in a single period. So this is the important thing that we will observe here. Now, the opposite stationary events can be obtained if we equate cosine function with respect to 0. That means sine function will take the maximum values plus or minus 1. And again with substitution, we will find that cos 2 pi vt by lambda equal to cos 2 pi t by capital T, and which we considered here as equal to 0. So by putting cos 2 pi vt by lambda in equation 4 and 5, we will find that displacement y and strain dy by dx both are maximum. Okay, and what about the velocities? The velocities are 0, and when the particle performing SHM has the velocity 0, when it is at its extreme position, that means these are the stationary events or stationary instants where velocity is 0 and particles are passing through their extreme positions. Okay, and these stationary instants can be obtained when we equate with the cosine function with respect to 0, and the cosine function is 0 when it is even multiple of pi by 2. So 2m plus 1 by pi by 2. 2m t by 2 pi t by t capital T is equated with 2m plus 1 pi by 2, where m equal to 0, 1, 2, and so on. And after solving this equation, we find that the instant t is equal to 2m plus 1 in bracket divided by 4 into t. Okay, where m equal to 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. If we put the values here, we will find the instant as t by 4, 3t by 4, 5t by 4, 7t by 4, and so on. Again, important is that if you are looking at the instants, they repeat, because in this 3t by 4 and 5t by 4, here the period will complete. So, two stationary instants are there in a period. So, the instants where particles are passing through their extreme position with 0 velocity, such stationary instants are again appear twice in a period. Okay, but important one is that the previous instant was at t equal to 0 here. Okay, and this instant will start as t by 4. So the stationary instant where the particles are extreme position will repeat twice, but t by 4 later than the instant where particles are at their mean positions. Okay, so in this way here the topic ends, and discussion is over. And